Just setting that camera up. Hey, what's up everyone? So as you can see, we're hanging out in the car today. So I'm just gonna jump straight into it, and I want to be really honest this morning. I recently got Instagram, recently meaning like a month and a half ago, and I'm that dude that sort of just clicked follow all your Facebook friends, do this and that, post stupid things, like, and I'm just sort of trying to figure out the, I guess you could call it Instagram etiquette. But what happened was, and what I want to talk to you about today, is, so I went and, like, obviously you want to, I guess this is kind of hard, but I'll just be really honest. So I went on YouTube and I just searched like how to get more followers on Instagram, and I can try and justify that, but there will always be this little bit of like, yeah, I'm trying to use it to the best of whatever my abilities, but there will always be that little bit of like, it validates you, like it's cool to get a lot of likes on a picture, or it's cool to have a lot of followers. And it was, it was a 16-year-old girl who was showing me these tips and tricks on how to get more followers and likes, and it's the most ridiculous stuff, like searching like for like, and then you just mindlessly go through liking people's pictures, and then like for like they'll like your pictures back. Or there's this app where for every 2 people's photo that you like, you get 2 stars, and it technically costs you on your Instagram profile 2 stars for a like. So you can literally go and like 100 people, take the 50 likes that you accumulated and just go plonk it on one of your pictures, so it looks like a lot of people liked it. But I honestly felt sad for this girl, and it reminded me a little bit about myself as well, where like you get so dependent sometimes on what other people think about you. Like, what happens if no one likes the picture, or what happens when you don't have a whole bunch of like followers on Instagram? Like, where does your value come from then? And I know this is a thing that we've spoken about a lot, and a lot of people spoke about it. Like, there's spoken word about this all over the place, like people are talking about it, this and that, you gotta do this, you're not gonna, don't rely on social media, it's fake, it's this, it's that. But it's still a problem. Like, we all struggle with that, and like I can try and justify my like trying to use Facebook for a good cause and trying to help people out and positive impact and YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff, but if I have to be totally honest, there's always going to be that little bit of, I enjoy getting a lot of likes, you know what I mean? Like, I'll check my video and check if it has 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views. So I was trying to process this yesterday. How do you sort of continually fight this fight? Because it's a problem that keeps popping back, and I should probably not do that. We went for a walk with my brother, and he said, you got to do some stock taking, like, and I would encourage you to do some stock taking. Sorry about that. What does stock taking mean? It means when you feel lonely, or when you feel sad, or when you don't have anything to do, what do you do? Like, what do you turn to? Do you open your Instagram feed, or go and check how many likes you got, or how many followers you have? Do you open your Facebook and go and check how many people recently liked that profile picture that you changed? Do you go on YouTube, if you're a YouTuber, and check how many views you have, how many subscribers you have? What do you turn to? I turned to academics for a very long time. I turned to sport as well. But what happens when I get an injury? What happens when I'm not first in the grade, or when I don't get 100% for a test that I was expecting to get 100? Like, what happens? All of a sudden, that foundation of where my happiness and my value comes from is taken away. So I want to encourage you, do some stock taking. It can take 10 seconds. It's that easy. What do I turn to when I'm lonely? What do I do? Where do I find my value? Who do I turn to first? It might be another person. I recently struggled with that as well. Like, I had a little bit of a crush on a girl, and the temptation is very big to, when you're lonely or when you feel sad, to turn to that person. And you're dependent on that person for your happiness and sort of for validating you. Yeah, so I'm also just trying to sort of work out, what can you do? I have my opinions and things that I can do, so I would sort of love to do a 2 or 3 week thing on this topic. Like, where do you find your identity? Speaking about what I believe is the best way to approach it. But then it would be cool if it's like a conversation and back and forth. So I would love if you guys could pop me a message or just comment down below. What do you think about this? How would you approach this? Have you done anything in the past that sort of helped you? And that would really help me to create better content and to keep the conversation going. So thank you once again for the support. if you could please let me know what you think about this topic, if you would be keen to do a 2 or 3 week conversation on this, and then a nice and loud